Ahoy! This is Harry Hansen reminding you to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube by going to youtube.com at the Lager Room 5111 and clicking subscribe. Or just go to youtube.com and search for the Lager Room. Either way, it's as easy as falling off a log. Thanks a bundle.
Jimmy Jungle went a dribble to a dribble, but now you're going to slobber and you're crying in the middle of a gobby Benihana, Benihana, Benihana. Hatchy, hatchy, hooky, pooky, mozzarella, itchy poo. Reading around the collar, heavy petting at the zoo. You're eating for lasagna on Wonder Woman with Madonna, with Madonna. Baklava, baklava, baklava.
All right, everybody. Welcome out to the Get On With It Sports Show. It is Wednesday, November the 19th, right? It's the 19th today? Yeah, 2025. Yes, Jersey Johnny coming at you. With me, as always, is none other than Mr. RadioPete and Mr. Harry Lug Nutz. Say hello, gents.
Hi, everybody. AI is great, isn't it?
AI is great. I got to tell you, my two favorite of those was the old video game, you know, the video game looking one. Yeah.
Pixelated Pete.
Pixelated Pete. There you go. And the one where Harry has demon eyes. Yeah, absolutely.
I think I like the demon eyes and probably the Pixar one at the end.
The Pixar one at the end was good too.
Yeah, because that's like the only one that I don't look wrong in. I mean, I do, but it's okay because it's a Pixar wrong instead of look at this slob. What is he doing on a podcast, a video podcast of all things?
Well, what's scary is the first one the one I guess right after Demon Eyes was actually like almost realistic. I'm like, wow, that was pretty close. That was I mean, they all the real looking ones are realistic, but still, we really don't look much like those.
No. Well, some of them were made with one service or one AI, and some of them were made with another one. So,
gotta love it.
Anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
Another Wednesday night.
Our last Wednesday before December. That means anything.
That's true.
I don't know why.
That was a lot of thought for that one.
Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. But I was going somewhere with that, and then I lost. So
I thought you were going to say last one of the year. I was going to be excited.
There you go. Well, I chose to wear a team that actually wins. Not all the time either, mind you. They lost to Carolina, but
Chattanooga Mudhens.
Chattanooga Mudhens, exactly. Now it's the
Buffalo Bills. You're also very close.
Yeah, that. There you go.
It's 3D.
It's almost 3D. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, right? Because it's getting to the point now where I'm going to be lucky if I can get to January or February with this POS computer. So I'm going to have to get another computer. I'm going to get a Mac Mini. If I do that though, that means I'm going to have to get a webcam, right? Because it's not all in one. No, I know. I'll get one. But at that point, I'll be further away because I can control the webcam, right? So
I think
doesn't the Mac have an awesome camera though? Couldn't you just use that one or no?
The Mac, well, no, because the if I get a Mac Mini, it's just a small little box.
I think you should get an actual full-size TV camera.
There you go. Right.
And a boom operator.
I'll buy one of those, like an old Sony Beta camera, the old
get the what do they call the thing where he's on it and it moves around through the air and stuff. You have like a constantly
better yet, I'll get a drone and have it flying around the office. And you'll just get me at different angles. I'll have to look at it. I'll have Jess control it, so I won't know where it goes.
I think just an old school one where Jess sits on it, and and then maybe there's a separate second camera angle.
Yeah, there has to be one. There has to be like one that's the main stationary camera, and then you have one that moves around,
and then the moving one. Yeah,
right.
We'll just cut B-roll.
Kind of like, and you should get the Merv Griffin backdrop, like Kramer did.
Like Kramer did, right? That would be great. Well, all I have to do is get a green screen, and I can put the Merv Griffin backdrop up.
There you go.
Yeah, I love it. So anyway, so I'm wearing Bills, obviously, and not only am I wearing Bills, but I'm actually going to drink Bills too. It's a beer by
Bills by a billion.
This is by Beer Tree Brew, all right, and it's Pills by a Billion, all right, and it's obviously a
what is
Buffalo
this?
Bills.
Oh, it is a Buffalo. Okay,
it's a Buffalo. Yeah, it's a Buffalo Bills. But like some breweries do, like a Giants inspired beer. It's not doesn't have the Giants, but has the colors and whatever. Beer Tree Brewing is
So
up
it's
near Buffalo. So it's
Has there
just-
ever
just
been an
different
actual
enough.
Buffalo in Buffalo? I don't think there has.
but Buffalo Bill was in Buffalo, and that's what the team was named after. Right?
Oh, there was a
But
there was
it
a nice.
named after because it was the capital and the right Bills there.
There was
That's
a
Albany, but, yeah.
there was a
It's
good
only a
video about the Buffalo Bills name, and like one guy was like, "We're the Buffalo Bills," and the guy's like, "What's our logo? Is it because of Buffalo Bill Cody?" And they were like, "Well, is that our logo? Is it him?" They go, "No, it's a buffalo." And we go, "So we're named after a guy who used to kill our mascot."
Right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, that was
Makes sense.
it was really
Sounds
well done.
wide
but-
right.
It sounds wide right.
Listen, I
Did
got to
you see
tell
that?
you,
Did you see that? Did you see? Yeah, go ahead, Pete. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I don't know if I could, but if I ever stop being a Jets fan, probably
Nothing
the
but
Bills
killing
would
them
be the team I would root for, just because they're actually in New York.
Emerson Boozer would not be happy. He
would
would
not.
no longer be your neighbor.
It's not
Well-
really New York. Let's just be honest. It's the Midwest, or it's half Midwest, half Canada. There's nothing New
Yeah.
York about Buffalo.
No,
Sorry.
that's
The
true. At
fact that
least
it's
it is
in
within.
Buffalo.
It is within the state boundary, though. So,
That is true. That is true.
but I'm sorry.
So
Go
is
ahead. What you
Niagara
were-
Falls. Yeah.
No, I was going to say, did you see the video that it was like a promo video for one of the Peyton's places. Peyton Manning was he had Josh Allen, and he was trying to do like a like something to break the curse, right, so that the Bills could win. And he was saying we have this guy's jersey and this guy's helmet, and he says Scott Norwood's shoe, and they're putting everything in a big trash can that's burning, right? It's like a big, like a bonfire kind of thing, and he throws it towards the trash can, but it goes wide right, and he goes up, sorry, wide right. Scott Norwood's shoe. It was pretty funny. It
Never gets old.
It never gets old.
As a Giants fan, it never gets old.
As a Giants fan, it never gets old. This is true. Empowered Extend is chiming in on YouTube. True, I'm not sure what he meant by true, and said, by the way, what do you think of Lakers game yesterday? And football, NBA, and whatever else. That was us replying to him. But yeah, we're talking a bunch of stuff. Empowered.
Yeah, I said, what's today's topic? True was, I guess, a response to something somebody said.
Right.
And then I was typing in football, NBA, NHL.
Or maybe
and said, what do you think of the Lakers game yesterday? LeBron did something amazing or something on the Lakers game, right? Was that the...
Did he?
He started
so.
in his 20th season or something like that.
Started in his 20th season. Is that what it was?
Could be.
It makes sense.
Well, what are we going to start with? Let's do something. Here.
I say we start with football. That's
All
the
right.
biggest thing. We'll get to some basketball definitely, but let's start with football.
All right, let's start with football.
Santos puts it up and it is good! The comeback kid, Chicago Bears, do it again!
Pete was very happy. Pete was very happy about that play.
Yeah, that screwed me. I had the Vikings in the under.
I think I got a point out of that. I got 1 point out of that.
I took the Bears. I had the Bears, right? Yeah. So I'm holding my 2-point lead over the coin. More on that when we do beaten by the coin. But yeah, that's that coin is really coming out strong this year. I'm like staving off the elimination from the coin.
You're a couple of points ahead. You're hanging on there. You guys both had
not
9s.
Mm-hmm.
Both had 9s, I think, this past week. And Harry, you're just missing,
Yeah, I'm horrible.
Yeah, you're not good.
I am the I'm the Washington Nationals of.
Well, listen, we've got what do we
Maybe
got?
you
We
should
got
take the Washington Nationals this
12,
week.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
7 games left. 7 games left.
7. So you got 7 weeks. So you throw in like a couple of 8s and 9s, you could be right back in it. Yeah, I mean, you're literally not. It seems like you're when you're at 50 something, so you're somewhat behind
points, like
John. But you could still be in the mix.
Yeah, why not?
Maybe we should just do our picks now that we're talking about them.
Well, the only other thing I wanted to talk about was, and I know everybody's talking about this, but I guess I don't know. Maybe it should be like a weekly segment. It seems like it is. What was the most horrible referee call this week? And I know there's always a couple in the Giants game. But
every Giants game, every call.
Yes,
every Giants game, every call is an egregious call from the referees.
Every game has bad calls in it. But when like in the one that Philly got,
the Philadelphia, the Eagles
changed the game. That
controlled the game. That decided the game, and it was a bullshit call.
Yeah,
absolute bullshit call.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no if they were going to call. First of all, they should have just let him play. That ball was uncatchable anyway. All right, and the fact that they called defensive pass interference and not offensive pass interference because he pushed off. He pushed off,
and
his arm grabbing his arm was a residual effect of getting pushed off.
Yeah, and the thing was, the referee. I don't know who was standing there facing the play. I don't know if he actually ended up throwing the flag or if it was someone else. It looked like he was reaching, but it was one of those cases which we've talked about before. Mm-hmm. Well, let's wait and see how the play ends, and then I'll decide whether it was
to throw the flag in.
And then we'll decide if it was a penalty. Right. And I mean, this is, the NFL has been so good over the past decade at least, of building itself up and making itself a year-round event, and
still is,
and it still is. But they are like treading on. I think their hubris is starting to show here.
The worst thing that could have happened, because here's the thing, right? It's they're either controlling the outcome for a personal gain, whether it's through the gambling or whether it's just ticket sales, TV sales, whatever.
Well, it's gambling.
Whatever.
It's gambling.
It's of course it's the gambling. I know, but or so it's either they're controlling the game for that, or they're just really fucking up, right? But the worst thing that could have happened was legalize gambling and have the NFL get in bed with these.
Yeah, the NFL is in bed, and all of the sports media is in bed too.
Yeah,
I mean they go to ESPN picks. So the media is in bed, and the league is. I mean, and it's one of those things that everybody knows. I can't prove it, but I know it's true. Mm-hmm. And we've seen it over and over. Guys not going for it, not going for touchdowns. I understand. But not kicking a field goal because it's going to hit the over or whatever. Just examples that are more closely linked to gambling than hey, this is just we don't want to get in the end zone because they're going to get a chance with the ball, so we'll down it at the 1 and then we'll just run out the clock. I understand that's a pussy strategy in my mind, but now you see things that are really, you look at them and you go, well, that is fucking over all the people who put the money on the under or who took the under, wherever, and you can go back and look at where the money was and where the bets were, and you go, well, this definitely saved Vegas's ass. Mm-hmm. And that is really going to be, I think it's it might not be a big problem because people are still going to watch and people are still going to bet.
Well, you said it too. The FBI is investigating everything going on in the NBA. They really need to look at the NFL too. And for all we know, they are. Hopefully we did. Apparently, they were researching this gambling with the NBA for the last 5 years. We knew nothing about it until they just announced it a few weeks ago. So
hopefully there's a couple
for all
of
we
guys.
know, they are investigating the NFL. But this is ridiculous. That call was one of the most egregious calls that I've ever seen. That was insane. And the fact that I'll get to it in a minute. It was just bullshit. And the one I made the reel of on Sunday, that was like I thought you had to have conclusive proof to overturn a call, not just because first of all, it was a catch and a fumble. It was a catch and a fumble. It wasn't an incomplete pass. It's bullshit. So that was nowhere near though as egregious as the Eagles-Lions game call. That was
that was really bad.
And Empowered Extend just said, it was a
bullshit
call. You got.
Yep. Yeah, they need to get rid of him because the referee needs to go.
Absolutely.
And they need a new referee for the game. And invested more. Yeah, I think he's talking about how the NFL has become so big.
Yeah. It's all about the money. Come on, it's all about the money. But here's the thing, though: if they're controlling the outcome for the Eagles to help push the Eagles along to get them to the Super Bowl again,
why would they be choosing the Eagles? That's where it doesn't make any sense.
Well, you know what? I mean, I've heard and I've said too, but
why would they not want the largest market in America to win? Come on.
It's the same reason they wanted Kansas City. It's the same reason they wanted Kansas City to win a couple years ago because two-peat.
Why didn't they why didn't they make Kansas City win this week?
Because Kansas City's not the defending champion. It's two-peat and three-peat. That is what brings in big money. He's got the old man ring.
He's got the old man ring. He's got the old man ring.
Because two-peat and three-peat brings in the money. That brings in hype. People want to see dynasties. They love it.
They do. But but there's another theory going around out there, and this is Pete's theory is a little bit more on the mark. But there's another theory going around out there that somehow I don't know how they're going to do it because the Chiefs are 5-5, and more on that in a minute. But somehow the Chiefs are going to come back, and they're going to get there again, and we're going to have another Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl. And the thought behind it that some people are saying, and granted conspiracy, is that it's all about Taylor Swift. And I don't doubt that factors in a little bit, but because of the amount of hype that the NFL is getting from people that have never watched football ever in their lives, and mostly younger kids. But
she's not even there anymore, though. She's not showing up.
But they're engaged now, so she didn't have to be there.
Kelsey's cock.
But she doesn't even have to be there. That's another show, though.
Look, my thing is that it's never been more schizophrenic. How do the Bills lose to the Dolphins and then go home and score 6 touchdowns against the Bucs?
Yep.
That to me is more suspect than a call here or there. And there's a Jersey Johnny on every couch and every drinking beer and all day Sunday on every team complaining about certain calls. And there's going to be 1 or 2 calls every week.
I thought I was unique, but all right.
You're not.
You're uniquely.
And look, all the hype was about the damn Lions for the last 2 years. So if they wanted to push them across,
what does Detroit do for Roger Goodell or the rest of the NFL?
But just as much as Philadelphia.
Yeah, but
no, Detroit's. You have to look at the storyline.
Detroit is a huge team with the underdog. They haven't won it.
It's forever. The underdog. They've never won it. You want to give people things that they haven't seen or things that they want to see.
They wash their socks in the tears of Billy Sims.
That was so profound. That actually, that has to write that down, Pete, because we need to, at some point before the NFL season is over, we need to take out my electronic device quote and put in Detroit Lions fans wash their tears and wash their clothes.
No, not their fans, the team. They wash their socks in the tears of Billy Sims. Just for good luck.
19 minutes, I got it written down.
There you go.
I don't know. I mean, I think that the schizophrenia of a lot of teams and the parody, it actually makes it less enjoyable for me. I don't know why.
You're not wrong.
I think we've said
a lot of mediocrity in the NFL right now.
Yeah. We've said this season, and a lot of people have said, is what the fuck is going on here? Because you're right. Schizophrenic is a great way to put it. You have teams that look fantastic one week and not against a doormat, against a decent team, and then they go out and they drop a stinker against a team that's 3-8 or 3-7 or something like that.
Yeah, and there's have you ever seen a group of worse 7-2 and 8-2 and 9-2 teams in your life? I mean,
well, yeah, I mean, you can always find faults.
Are any of the teams leading their conference favorites to win the Super Bowl? They're not.
They're not.
It's because it's schedule. And
well, look at the Patriots.
Look, I'm all for it changing too. There's nobody that wants to see the Chiefs not make the playoffs, and they might not. And
well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a minute because I have that as a talking point that I have here. Right. Are the Chiefs over at 5-5?
If they lose this week, they're over. And look, they're playing Indianapolis at home. If that was flipped, Indianapolis struggles a little bit on the road. The Chiefs are favored by 3.5 at home at 5-5 against the Colts, who are 8-2 or 9-2?
9. No, they were off.
Whatever they are, who cares?
Yeah.
They have the second best record.
They're 8-2. Yeah, they're 8-2
because they had a bye. They're coming off a bye too. So, are they done? No, because we now play 27 games in a season, and 500 can get you into the 27th wild card team. So, they're not done, and they're close. They're not. There's not that big of a difference between what their team was last year and this year. It's just that they're, that's the difference. The ball isn't bouncing their way the whole time. Broncos are a great defensive team. They're one of the few teams where their secondary can actually tackle and they can contain Mahomes. And, Mahomes did what he needed to do. They scored. They gave the ball back to the Broncos. And the worthless quarterback that is Bo Nix strategically, surgically moved them down the field so that their MVP, Will Lutz, could kick a field goal.
When did he become the worthless Bo Nix?
Well, that's what everybody calls him. It's horrible. It's a horrible quarterback. The Broncos are winning only on their defense, except for the fact that he completes passes when he needs to, doesn't turn the ball over, and leaves no time on the clock when the Broncos have arguably maybe one of the best, if not the best, place kicker in football. So there you go.
There you go.
The Broncos and the Eagles are very similar teams. Same criticism of Jalen Hurts, but they win. The Broncos lost their top running back. Their best defensive player has been out for the past few weeks. And they beat Kansas City at home now. They got to play him again. But at that point, I think it's the second to last game of the season in Kansas City, it might not mean anything. Yeah. Kansas City's got a tough schedule. They lose, they lose 2 more games. They're definitely not winning the AFC West, and they're probably on the bubble for the playoffs because you have Indianapolis, Denver, New England, all jumping ahead of the rest of the pack.
Yep.
So that's not going to leave much room for.
There's not going to be a whole hell of a lot of room for them to pop up there, and
right.
They lose another 2 games, they're done. And
you may have a 14-win team as a wild card potential.
Yeah.
Well, so, which is okay. That's a welcome change.
Well, let's go ahead.
I was going to say, hold that thought. Is the sky falling for them? Because I don't know exactly what happened, but I did hear this report that there was some animosity going back and forth. Mahomes was throwing. Andy Reid was throwing Mahomes under the bus in a press conference, and Chris Jones was throwing Spags under the bus. So
yeah, I don't know. Maybe
I didn't. I literally searched today for. I only had about 15 minutes to look for it, and I couldn't find the clips just so I could see exactly what
it might not be real.
I did hear that happened.
There's so much in a couple of news out there.
No. But it wasn't just something that I scrolled on Facebook. It was like I heard it on. I think I heard it on Boomer and Carton this morning. Boomer Carton. What did I go back 15 years?
Boomer and
Gio this morning. I did. I had what was that movie where he found the radio and was talking to his father 30 years ago?
Oh, yeah. Was it Dennis Quaid?
Dennis Quaid and
Frequency.
Frequency. That's it. It was a good movie.
Even our movie references are fucking.
No, it was a good movie. It was a good movie because the 69 Mets. The 69 Mets were in the movie, so that's why it was a good movie.
Yeah, of course. 60 again. Let's go back to Jimmy Averici, the backup second baseman for the 69 Mets.
Jimmy Averici.
Well, you know what?
All right. So here's who Kansas City plays. Obviously, this week they're at home against the Colts. Then they go to Dallas. That's winnable. They go to play Houston. Tough game. They play the Chargers. That's winnable.
Well, the games you said winnable. If the Chiefs of last year were playing, it's
even
winnable.
This year. I'm talking about the Chiefs of this year.
I mean, the way they played against.
Did you see the Chargers this week?
That's true too. Yeah.
Chiefs at home against the Chargers right now. I'm taking the Chiefs.
There's too many Jekyll and Hyde teams.
There's a lot of Jekyll and Hyde teams.
There's a lot of Jekyll and Hyde teams. Yeah. But they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games left. If they win 4 of them, they're probably in the playoffs.
I don't know if a 9 and 8 team is getting in the playoffs. 10 and 7 is pushing.
So can they win 5 of those?
They need to win. They need to win 5 just to be on the bubble. They're not going to win the division.
Right.
I think they need to win 5 of their last 7.
I think this week dictates everything for the Chiefs, including what they do in the offseason and maybe just how the personnel feels about each other. If they win this week and beat the Colts, they're favored, by the way, by 3.5. Then they should be able. That Broncos game might not mean anything, so the Broncos might roll over. And then they end with the Raiders, which is pretty much an automatic win. So they could win all but 2 of those games and still have still get into the playoffs.
Well, look, I think
it all hinges on this week.
I think Kansas City's playoff hopes hinge more on the Ravens.
True.
And what they do than anything else.
And the Chargers, and they could beat the Chargers head to head.
Yeah, but I'm putting the. I mean, if we're thinking 10 wins is the minimum you need to get in. I don't think you get in with 9, right? But Denver's already got 9. The Chargers have 7 wins. The Colts have 8. Pittsburgh is either going to be the division winner, or if the Ravens run the table like they really kind of need to, Pittsburgh might get to 9 wins. Right. And then you have the Patriots, who haven't played anybody. They have the easiest schedule, I think. They've played like everyone from the 3rd worst team to the 10th worst team so far this season.
Well, they said that about the Bills in the beginning of the season. It's because AFC East, right? So if the Bills have one of the easiest schedules, it tends to figure that the Pats have one of the easiest schedules.
I saw it laid out the other day, but even outside of the East, it was just there wasn't a top 10 team that they'd played yet
because of who they're playing, because of who the AFC East, not even in that division, but because of who the AFC East is playing NFC wise and the other AFC teams.
Right.
So they were saying the Bills, because they were winning in the beginning of the season, they just killed it in week 1. They beat the Ravens in that first game. They were saying that the Bills have a way, because they were like 3-0 or 4-0 at one point.
Yeah.
And people were speculating whether they could go 18-0 because of how easy their schedule was. But just tends to figure that the Patriots had the same schedule. Because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the Patriots have 9 wins.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to figure they're going to get in. Buffalo's going to get in.
Look, Kansas City basically has to win this week, and then they have to outright beat Houston and the Chargers.
Yep.
And if they do that, they'll be in the playoffs.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Let me ask you both a question. Who do you think? Opinion. Who's the best team right now in the AFC? Is it the Broncos? Is it the Patriots? Is it? Is it the Colts?
I don't think it's very convincing, but because they are a team that I don't know who they are, but I think you got to kind of go with the Bills. I think now look, the Bills aren't guaranteed home advantage.
Bills are a game and a half behind the Patriots, though. And you still
I understand that, but. All right, Buffalo goes to New England in the playoffs. I'm taking the Bills.
Well, right now, if Buffalo and New England played each other in the playoffs, the game would be in New England. Yeah, so
yeah,
you still take the Bills.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not sold. I'm not sold on any of the top 3 teams. And why are the Pittsburgh Steelers at number 4 with the 6-4 record? Well, if there's the worst 6-4 team in the history of football, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pete, is Empowered Extend a friend of yours?
It doesn't. Let's move on.
I don't know. I mean, he is now.
He is. If he wasn't before, he is now.
He is now.
All right.
I'm going to say. It's the Colts.
We'll see this week. If the Colts go into Kansas City and convincingly beat the Chiefs, there's no fluke plays. There's nothing that makes John do a backflip because there's a call or whatever. If it's a clean win and they run up and down and they
if there's any questionable calls in that game, it's going to be for the Chiefs, not for the Colts.
I don't know about that. There were some questionable calls in the Broncos game that went the Broncos' way. So I don't know. What do I know?
All right, let me. Sorry. Go ahead.
I think that this is a big test for the Colts. As much as this is a do or die or kind of a must win for the Chiefs, I think this is really important for the Colts.
Yeah.
I don't.
Let me just run down the schedules real quick for you.
Go for it.
And then we can we can do a little. Are they for real about this similar topic? All right. Here's the Patriots. Starting with week 1. Raiders, Dolphins, Steelers, which they lost. Panthers, Bills, which they won. Saints, Titans, Browns, Falcons, Bucks.
They played nobody except the Bills.
Jets, nobody.
Yeah.
They played nobody except the Bills.
Bills, Ravens, Jets, Dolphins, Saints, Patriots, Falcons, a bye week, Panthers, Chiefs, lost to the Dolphins, beat the Bucks.
I mean,
those are shit schedules either way you look at it. I'd say Buffalo's
won a higher percentage of.
Yeah, and I would say Buffalo's a little bit tougher, at least through that.
They beat the Ravens in Tampa Bay, and they beat the
shit out of the Bucks.
Yeah,
which
that game was closer than the final score, but yeah, the Bucks are beat up.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Their best offensive weapons are all out.
All right.
Boy. All right, let's move on. Let's keep this.
Let's
all right, hold on before you go
ahead, make one point, and then we'll do a little other for real.
One more thing. I said AFC. Who's the best team in the NFC?
Oh, NFC.
The Rams.
Yeah, it's got to be right.
Yeah, I think it's the Rams.
I think it's the Rams too.
The eye test tells me the Rams right now. Now the Rams have done this before,
of course,
where you think they're the best team. And then maybe they're not. The other team that I don't know where they're going to go, and I think this week we'll see. I think the 49ers could be dangerous. I also think Seattle could be dangerous, but I'm not convinced on the Bears. And you got to put the Eagles there too. The Eagles just know how to win games. Sirianni's right; they know how to win. So I think it's the Rams and the Eagles, but. The teams that I'm not quite sure of, but they scare me a little bit are San Francisco and Seattle.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It does. Seattle more than San Francisco for me.
I don't know. I need another couple of weeks with Purdy back to see where they're at.
Yeah.
I think the Rams
I need to see Bradford Darnold actually do something later in the season too.
Well, yeah, you're right. He's didn't have a great game last week. And
no, he had a bad game.
He had a Sam Bradford Darnold game.
Yeah. I would say the Rams are probably the better team, but Philly is the team that knows how to win.
Yeah, they are.
Here's the thing: is the Rams' defense is better than it has been in the last couple of years since Aaron Donald days. Mm-hmm. So, and they're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good, and they've had a pretty not exceptionally tough schedule. But they've beaten some good teams.
Hasn't been easy. Hasn't been an easy walk. Yeah.
And they lost to the Eagles, but it was a close game. They beat the Colts. They beat the Texans.
Yeah.
They beat the Ravens. They beat the Jaguars, who are a good team. And they beat the 49ers handily. And then they beat Seattle. So they've had a pretty tough schedule.
They have.
And they've won those games, the vast majority of them.
Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. Let's do a little Are They For Real?
Let's do it.
We'll do it real quick.
What is real?
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.
Pretty sure none of that's real.
You're not real. For real, for real, for real. Yeah. What is real?
Okay, talking about division winners and who belongs there and who doesn't. So, put your money where your mouth is. Not money, but put your reputation as a prognosticator on the line here. So we're going to look at all of the division leaders right now, and you're going to tell me, are they going to win the division or not? All right. So let's start with New England. John, will they win or not?
No.
John says no. Harry?
I'm not going to think about it too much, but based on their schedule, I think they will.
I think they will. I think they will too. Based on zero research. Well, I did look up that their schedule so far has sucked.
Well, here's the thing, right?
They play the Bills one more time. So.
The reason I say that is the Bills have another game to play. The Bills only played 10 games, the Pats have played 11. So Pats have a bye coming up, and the Bills already had theirs.
Yeah, if the Bills win, there'll only be a game back.
That, there'll only be a game back.
Yeah.
And if they win the head-to-head game, then it goes
to tiebreaker.
It's a tiebreak. Goes to whatever the tiebreaker is. So yeah.
All right. Now next up, Pittsburgh. Johnny.
No,
they will not win the division. Harry.
Nope.
Boy, this is just a hard. The Ravens have to win that division.
Ravens will win it.
They have to, but they're not playing well.
Well, so does that mean you think Pittsburgh's going to win or no?
No, I have no confidence in the Steelers.
Again, they're only a game behind the Steelers too, right?
Yeah, I understand.
After the horrible start they had, only one game out of first place.
Who would it?
Right. Well, they didn't have their.
You sound like a Baltimore sportscaster.
They didn't have their MVP quarterback for 5 weeks or 4 weeks. Yeah. Well, I hate the Steelers, so I'll say no. All right, Colts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. Broncos.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Philly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Philly's going to have it wrapped up in
That's the only one I'm 100%. Me and everybody else on the... That's the one pick that I could not get wrong.
Everybody else in the division is under 500.
I had to ask. All right, here's a toughie. Maybe not. Tampa Bay. They're better than Carolina, aren't they?
They are, but you know what?
But not lately.
I'm going to say Carolina's going to win. And the reason I'm saying that is not because Carolina is a great team, but because the Bucks banged up.
I agree with John. I agree. Now, Carolina's got a big test this week. If they beat the 49ers in San Francisco, I'll
tell you, I wouldn't be that surprised. I know Purdy's back now and stuff, but I'm not. I know we talked about San Francisco, and they were hurt early in the year, and they're coming back now. I'm not convinced they're back yet. So
Carolina might have something cooking.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Tampa Bay hangs on, and LA. We all agree, yes, right?
100%.
Did you skip the North?
Yeah, you did.
The Bears.
No.
The Bears.
Bears will not win the division.
I think Green Bay will win that division.
I think Green Bay will get their shit together and win it. If not, I think the Lions are the Lions are definitely a better team than the Bears. I think the Lions will figure something out.
Yeah, you got two teams that are back in the loss column.
The Bears may actually wind up third place.
Yeah, but they're both better than the Bears, so
yeah.
I think we all agree. So we're in lockstep for most of them, but we have a couple of differences.
There you go.
I like Tampa Bay. John does not like New England. So, all right, there we go. Are they for real?
Right.
Woo!
Very nice.
Where do we want to go next?
I'm gonna go to the coin since we're on football.
I got two other things of football. Well, one of them we can do after the coin because it's a just a quickie.
Okay. What do you want to? Is that a football quickie?
It's a football quickie.
Okay.
And the other thing I got to do first is I got to do one thing before we do that. So we can do them both after the coin if you want to do that.
So do picks and then we'll do the quickie and then.
Well, no, I got to do the one thing and because it leads into the.
All right, let's go to the coin. Let's go.
Let's go to the videotape.
Let's go to the coin. The coin is doing so well this season that the segment is now called The Coin.
Place your bets, please. Place your bets, please. Place your bets, please.
All right, here we go. We have 4 games this week. And before we start, as we like to do, we're going to remind everybody about the rules real quick.
That's real quick.
Now,
sign on the dotted line.
Hey, when it pops up, you're watching the video.
Like
pause it if you want to read it.
Yeah,
it's like
pause it if you want to read it.
Agreement. Yeah.
Right, exactly. It's a Microsoft agreement. You don't bother reading it. You really don't want to know what's in it.
Yeah.
So let's take a look first at last week's results, week 11. As we were talking about before, Jersey Johnny put up a 9 spot with a couple of threes, and he now has 79 points. He leads. The coin put up a 9 spot, still 2 back. I put up a 9 spot, so I'm 4 back of the coin, 6 back of John. Harry put up his usual 5.
If Minnesota held on, I would have had.
Oh, you would have been. Yeah, you would have had 11. So you're only 18 back of John. That's not insurmountable. That is not insurmountable.
No, it's not really. It's I have a couple of shitty weeks, and you put up a couple of 9s. You're right back in it.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So here's our games for the week. Ooh, fancy. Had a little extra time this week.
Lovely, nice, very nice.
So let's start with the Colts at Kansas City. The coin has pre-picked. I did the flips for the coin earlier, so we wouldn't have to sit through that like we normally do. Coin is going Indianapolis and over on this. So, John, who do you like?
I'm going to be in lockstep with the coin. Indianapolis and over.
And the over. All right, Harry?
This is the toughest pick of the week. I'm going to go with the Colts.
You picked this game, by the way.
I know.
Even though early this morning, Pete did not think you did.
No, I know.
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah, was that this morning or was that last night?
It was this morning for us. It was last night for you.
So, yes, I mean, every time I pick against the Chiefs, they screw me. But I got to go with my gut here, and maybe I'm hoping a little bit. Can't believe I'm rooting for Daniel Jones. I think the Colts are going to run all over the Chiefs. I think they're going to control the ball. I'm going to go under, though.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, we almost had a lockstep there. Everybody took Indy here, including yours truly. Everyone took the over except for you, Harry. So we almost had a 4-way lockstep.
It's going to be Kansas City in the over.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So we'll all be so everybody will get 1 point. Everybody will get 1 except for Harry.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's move on to Cleveland at the Raiders.
Well, even if Kansas City wins by less than 4, then at least I get 1 point.
There you go.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's right. If they cover,
that's kind of why I'm taking the Colts. Even if Kansas City wins, I think it's going to be on a last-minute field goal, and it's going to be less than 4 points. But that means Kansas City will win by 42, and the over will be covered.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, Johnny, was that you and I took the under on the Bills Bucks game?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it was like a 68-point game or whatever.
How were we thinking?
But I bet with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, it was the under and the Bucks were in it.
Yeah, it was 24-19 heading into the fourth quarter, and it ended up 44-22.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
this is looking good. Minnesota was looking good. I was like, oh, this is great. And then boom.
I was this close.
This close.
All right, let's go to Cleveland at the boy. Did we all think the Raiders were going to be better than they are? I don't know if you said it out loud, John, but I know Harry and I.
Ball.
Oh my God, terrible
garbage ball. The over under is only 36.5, and I kind of want to take the under, but I'm going to let Harry go first because I know you're going to go to Harry.
This is the battle of the 2 and 8. So who do you like? Listen, the Vegas favored here, which I guess that means Shadur's going to play, right? So.
Shador, it has been determined that
Shador's playing, yeah.
Yeah.
Shador, by the way, Shador was 6 for 22, for 50 yards last week.
You know what? Let me know something. He had a couple decent throws and he had a couple drops.
Let me just say this. I've said before, I've said that Jeff Saturday is like the most, plain yogurt kind of guy. He never says anything interesting. He actually said, don't judge Shedeur on what you saw. Because they blitzed the shit out of him. He never took any snaps with the first team offense. That line had never heard his cadence before that game. And so he goes, whatever it was, 16 plays or however many plays of chaos. And
not great blocking.
No, that's what he was saying. Terrible blocking and a rookie who, was working out with the practice team, maybe. The Browns have done Shedeur Sanders pretty dirty. Now that doesn't mean
in that game though. The Browns were in that game against the Ravens.
Yeah,
they were in that game.
But he was terrible. Lowest passer rating ever. But Saturday just said doesn't mean he's going to turn everything around this week, but don't judge him solely on that performance and say, oh, he can't play in the NFL. If you do that, you could be making a big mistake. So
Vegas is really bad though, and Cleveland has a really good defense. But can you win with a quarterback that has 1 week of practice with the starting team? A rookie quarterback at that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's better than everybody thinks.
Well, we're going to find out on Sunday when we're
going to find out. All right. So
based on Cleveland's defense, I want to take Cleveland.
I hear a button there.
Oh, there's a big butt. Does anybody feel really? Do you have a confident pick in this game?
I don't have a confident pick, but
no,
I have what I feel is an educated pick in this game. But
I'm going to go with Cleveland in the over. I think that their defense. Look. Geno Smith has the most interceptions. I think the defense can turn it into some points. The over-under, I'm almost tempted to go with the under, but I'm going to go with the over. I'm going to go Cleveland in the over.
All right, Johnny, give us your educated pick.
Raiders under. Raiders under.
Raiders under. Wow. Well, that's either going to be a 4 or a 0.
Yeah. The Raiders are going to win by 5 points, and the score is going to be 20 to
17.
8, not 20 to
or
17.
21-10 or something like that.
20, whatever, 17 to 12 or something like that.
Well, that doesn't get you there.
I'll tell you what, John, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And the coin agrees with you as well.
12. Oh, you took the under.
Yeah. I took the under, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Me, John, and the coin are in lockstep so far in this pick session. We all took Indy and the over. We all took Vegas and the under. So
I don't feel great about this, but look, at this point, I knew you guys were gonna take Vegas, so I gotta either go for it and hope for some upsets or.
Yeah, listen, I did that a couple years ago. I started picking the underdogs or going against the grain, and sometimes it works.
It worked out for you a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. All right, next up is Pittsburgh at Chi-Town, and Chicago minus 2.5, 44.5, the over-under. I am taking Chicago and the under. The coin is taking Chicago and the over. So, John, let's start with you on this one.
Chicago and the under. I was right in lockstep.
Chicago and the under.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Harry?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Chicago and the under. I think it's just going to be an ugly game, and they win by a field goal.
And don't forget,
Aaron Rodgers is
playing. Well, he's got a broken hand too.
Yeah, but it's not his throwing hand, is it?
It's not his throwing hand. No.
Yeah, so he'll probably be out there.
Yeah, he'll be out there, but he's got a broken hand.
Ayahuasca for him.
Yeah, really. Take some peyote.
He's been in the dark
peyote and get out there, kid.
He's got darkness.
This is Chicago's ability to put Aaron Rodgers in his place from saying he always wins in Chicago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're extra motivated. Motivated. All right. Last up is Carolina, hosted by the San Francisco Brock Purdy's. And we'll start with the coin, who's taking Carolina and the under. By the way, we all took Chicago and the under, except for the coin. So
coin took you over. Yeah.
Haven't had a four-way lockstep yet. Coin is taking Carolina and the under. Harry, let's start with you.
No, so you guys go first on this one. I went first already. I won.
Well, John went. All right, I'll go first. I'm taking Carolina and the over. -7 is a lot.
It is.
And I don't think Carolina is that good, but I just don't think San Francisco is going to run it up at this point.
You know what they say? Pick the team that's going to win. In this particular case, I like the 49ers at home. And I don't know. I'm going to go under on this.
All right. Johnny?
49ers over.
49ers over. All right. So, yeah, this is nobody has quite the same for this one. So there you go. A lot of lockstep for the first 3 picks. And
really, the only big thing this week is I got the horrible Cleveland Browns beating the even equally as horrible, maybe not quite as horrible, Los Angeles, Las Vegas,
Los Angeles, Oakland, Vegas Raiders.
That's right.
Yeah, we all have Indy. We all took Chicago. Carolina, San Francisco, we're the most split, and Harry's on a limb with Cleveland.
I just need Geno Smith to just shit the bed.
There you go.
Well, listen, that's entirely possible.
It is.
Maybe there will be some Shador magic. You never know.
I'm rooting for Shador. I hope he does well. I'd like to see him do well. You know what? I'd like to see him get a chance to do well.
Yeah.
He may bomb, but I mean, we all heard the stories about his arrogance and how the Giants were not impressed. He didn't really want to be there and this and that. Okay, fine. But this is a league where we've had people who have done worse things, and if you can play, you'll play. So what
we know
you got to prove that he can play, though. That's
what we know is that the Giants when the Giants' evaluation of college personnel is always stellar.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The only thing worse than the Giants' personnel choices are the Cleveland Browns' choices, and I think they have one thing in common: their young players are never able to come into a solid, stable situation where there's veteran leadership. They're just taking these guys right out of. I mean, look, the how many quarterbacks now has Cleveland just taken right out of college and thrown to the wolves?
I think in the NFL, there's a lot of stable situations. There really is, because there's a lot of horse shit in the NFL. All right.
Well, the stable situations have quarterbacks that will not allow for a rookie to start.
Yeah. Instead of having 2, getting rid of the old guy and the younger guy who had some experience, and now we have 2 rookies, and now one of them is in concussion protocol. So we're gonna have a guy that we embarrassed by drafting him in the 5th round, right? Their last draft pick of the draft.
The good news is that the Colorado Rockies now have the guy who's been heading up football operations for the Cleveland Browns for the last 10 years.
Right.
Oh, what could go wrong?
What could go wrong? All right. Which without even knowing it, you kind of led me and segued me into what I wanted to talk about before we do just a quickie. And that is, we didn't talk about it because it happened after our last show. And that's Brian Daboll got fired.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll got fired as he was relieved of his duties. Apparently there was a picture taken of him sitting outside in a curb outside of MetLife Stadium, smoking a cigar, texting somebody on his phone.
That's
after
a good
he got
look.
Fired. Yeah. So, but
anytime
he didn't have a sign in front of it that said "We'll work for food" or anything.
Anytime
like that,
a picture description starts with "sitting on a curb," it's not good.
I don't believe Daboll was sitting on a curb because I don't think he could get up from the curb.
He might need an offensive
maybe
lineman
it was
to
a
help him
bench,
up.
maybe it was a bumper, but I don't.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because I heard what I felt was like a pretty legitimate criticism of draft picks by the Giants. Carter is not the super player that we thought, and Scadaboo's good, but he's hurt now, and so like, why are you
never going to last long?
No, he won't. But so the question was, why are you going to keep the guy? Why are you going to keep the guy who hasn't necessarily brought you any? I forget who the third. It wasn't Scadaboo. It was 3 guys they mentioned who. Scadaboo was Devontae Banks.
Hyatt.
Yeah, there you go.
Jalen Hyatt.
And they're like, you drafted these guys.
They weren't even talking about Abdul Carter. They were talking about Evan Neal, Jalen Hyatt, and Deontay Banks.
Well, somebody I heard
traded up to get Deontay Banks.
Right.
Evan Neal is a bust, and it was his first draft pick
Right.
Dable,
but
Dable
they were also saying
didn't get rid of Saquon Barkley. Yeah, Dable didn't,
No, we're talking about Joe Shane. That's what he's talking about.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but then they were also talking about Carter and going, well, this guy was supposed to be the sure thing. Yeah,
but a lot of reasons, but I mean that whatever it is happens. That
doesn't mean he won't be more of a sure thing. But again, the whole point was you didn't draft players that came out and are tearing it up, and your coaching staff is doing a lousy job. So why are you going to keep the GM? So I wanted to ask you guys about that. He should be gone too.
Shane's got to go.
Here's my thing, and this is what I was talking about. First of all, my main point of this is, Dable had to go, but Shane Bowen needs to go too. Okay,
yes.
Because
they can't keep anybody.
Once again they had a lead in later in the game, and granted it wasn't a huge lead, but it was a lead later in the game, and they couldn't hold on to it because Shane Bowen way under with the talent level, and granted they're not playing up to that. But I'm going to put some of that on the players. And I'm going to put a lot of that on Shane Bowen because his defensive schemes suck worse than my Dyson downstairs.
But if you're going to get rid of the coach and you're going to get rid of the defensive coordinator, you got to get rid of the OC.
I think
you got to get rid of the OC also, right?
Hold on.
You got to get rid of everybody. You can't keep the offensive coordinator.
Here's the thing.
And it might only because of Dart.
All right, here's the thing. They
might only because of Dart.
They needed to get rid of the defensive coordinator too. They needed to get rid of Shane Bowen. Now they didn't get rid of the OC because, and first of all, that makes sense, right? They got rid of Shane. They got rid of Brian Dable because he wasn't calling the right plays, and they keep the guy and promote him to the head coach.
Right? No, I don't mean right now. I mean now. I mean the next regime, he has to be gone.
No, he's going to be gone, of course.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's my thought. I don't think they're going to keep Joe Shane.
No,
I don't. I just don't think they wanted to do. I don't think they wanted to blow everything up in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Get rid of Brian Dable, move Mike Kafka up, start the process, let everybody know, hey, we're going to have new things next year.
When's the draft?
April.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to get rid of the guy when? End of January?
Right after
Black Monday. Black Monday. He'll be
at
gone.
the end of the season.
At the end of the season.
Right after the season.
So then you got 2 months.
They got to have somebody else in place so that they can hire a head coach.
Wait, when's Black Monday?
Black Monday's the Monday after the last game. So
so you
have almost 4 months. You have almost 4 months, just shy of 4 months.
They have somebody in mind.
Of course they do.
They've got to. Here's my take on.
I know in the Giants, it's somebody that's in the organization already.
Maybe, and that's unfortunate.
Or at least was.
But here's my take on Dable. He's yet another guy who was a good coordinator under a good head coach with a lot of talent around him that did not translate to a head coach. And that list is very long.
Mm-hmm.
It goes to prove that I don't necessarily think that a coordinator it's like a senator becoming a president. Doesn't happen as much anymore.
It doesn't. It does. Look at Jeff McDaniel.
And I think it's the list goes on and on and on and on, right? Look at Steve Spagnuolo. Look at all of them, Martindale. I mean, which is why I don't necessarily think all of these coordinators.
Romeo Crennel.
Yeah, I think the Giants need to get somebody with head coaching experience. Now, I don't think it's going to be the idiocy of Bill Belichick or something like that, but I do think this team. Look, what the Broncos went out. They tried to hire coordinators who are all doing. They've hired the guy who was the head coach back as their defensive coordinator, and he's doing great. Mm-hmm. What's it? The Vic Fangio is back. Doing great. You have to go out and get a head coach. They brought Sean Payton in. He brought, back the last head coach the Broncos had, and that's my point. Is they have to have the right guy for the right position.
Let me ask you a question. Would based on what you're saying, are you saying that based on what's available out there right now, that Mike McCarthy's the hire they need to look at?
I don't hate it.
If you look at the short list, he's really the only.
Has he ever built up a young quarterback? Has he been able to create a good offense and win? Look, you can say what you want about him in Dallas. He wasn't unsuccessful.
He wasn't unsuccessful.
Let me ask you a question, John. Let me ask you a question.
Uh-huh.
For the first 3 seasons that McCarthy was with the Cowboys,
Mm-hmm.
Will you take those results next year for the Giants?
150,000%.
That's my point. That's my point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's the guy, and they need to put good coordinators. Get Wink back under Mike McCarthy.
I'm not. Well, he's probably happier. He's on a better team in college.
I know, right?
Yeah, he might not be dying
he's
to
in
come
Michigan,
back.
Right? Isn't he at Michigan?
Yeah, he's in Michigan. Yeah.
I mean, you might be able to get him back, especially with the fact that that's not the same anymore.
Right.
Look, you see it with Spagnuolo, you see it with Josh McDaniels, you see it, so the list goes on and on and on. Some of these guys are just meant to be coordinators. It's different. It's different being number 2 or number 3 than number 1. A head coaching job is part shrink, part draft analyst, part it's more of a position where you have to motivate and delegate. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Dable was good at that. Dable never had the respect of some of his other coaches. I think he had a good relationship with Dart, which is why I wish they didn't have this stupid Russell Wilson experiment.
No, horrible.
But
it was a horrible.
Here's the other thing. Dable he was not hardline enough with Dart in telling him you cannot play like you did in college.
No.
He was hoping for some sort of miracle. He was hoping for Jaden Daniels part 2, and it didn't happen.
No, he's trying to save his job.
He's trying to save his job.
Protecting a young quarterback like Jackson Dart and saving your job, those two things are at odds.
Right.
And you would hope that he would say, I got to protect this kid, but if this kid takes a few more risks, maybe we win a couple of games, and maybe I get to hang around.
Russell, if he energetically signed off on Russell Wilson, then I question his decision-making ability.
They did not need Russell Wilson. You had Jameis Winston in there. Put him in there if you really didn't want to start Dart. Keep Tommy DeVito. You did not need the Russell Wilson experience.
What was the first thing Sean Payton did when he came to Denver? He said, this is bullshit, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that Russell Wilson is out of here. Mm-hmm. He said, this guy's not going to make me successful.
Yep. Yep.
And
they gave up, and Denver gave up the farm to get Russell Wilson.
Farm. But look, I'm not saying, but Peyton's focused on defense. He's able to win with what he has. It's a totally different team than he had in New Orleans. He doesn't have that kind of offensive power and a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's got a great defense and a team that can run the ball and control the clock, and he coaches to that.
You're absolutely right.
Dable tried to turn the Giants into something that they weren't. Mm-hmm. Even when he had Saquon, he didn't use him the same way Sirianni wrote him in Philadelphia.
You're talking about Sean Payton. It's just a shame that he had the quarterback he had when he went to his first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah.
All right, let's get on with it here.
Yeah.
We have just a quickie.
We have just a quickie. So based on that, all right, it's NFL just a quickie. Do we have a theme?
We do. Do we have a theme? That may be my finest work ever, right there.
I think that is the best ever, right there.
Right. I like over under, but that one's a good one.
There you go. So I'm just trying to figure out what's his face is doing on the top up there.
Malkovich?
John Malkovich. Yeah.
That's from Rounders.
Oh, right.
Just like a young man coming in for a quickie.
Right. Love it. That's great. All right. So based on that, my just a quickie for you is NFL season opinions. All right. Like we did 2 weeks ago. New York, and for that matter, NFL head coaches. Okay. I'll ask both of you these two just a quickies. We'll start with Pete on this one. Who is the worst New York area NFL head coach ever?
Ever?
That includes the Jets?
Yeah, Giants and Jets. Yeah.
Well, listen, if we're doing top 10, I think the first 5 slots are filled with Jets.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We got Ray Hanley.
I have one that beats Hanley, and it's definitely on the Jets.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what Pete says.
I don't know.
There's only one that beats Hanley, but it's on the Jets. For me.
I think I always get this. There's two guys that I always get them confused. And one was not too bad, and one was kind of one was really terrible, and one was kind of okay. Hang on, let me because I want to get the name right.
It's actually there might be two on the Jets that are ahead of Ray Handley, to be honest with you.
In the modern era, I would say Gase, but all time, I would say Richie Kotite.
Ding, 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 ding.
And Joe Walton is the guy I get him confused with. And Walton was not good either, but he was not terrible.
He wasn't Kotite level, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
Kotite was the worst. Lou Holtz wasn't great, but
But he was. I think that was his first.
Great in South Carolina, but he's not.
That was his first
was
coaching gig, I think. At least in the pros.
But in the pros, yeah, it definitely was. But I think this is the only head coaching gig in the pros.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
But
that's
Gase was the other one I was saying. Maybe there's two ahead of Hanley, so Gase would be the other one. But it's Rich.
I would also honorable mention to Bruce Coslin.
He's up there. Let's put it that way.
He's up there, but maybe not as bad as Ray Handley. But
gotcha, Harry. Are you going with the same?
Yeah, or Bill Arnsberger.
Yeah, Bill Arnsberger was a fantastic defensive coordinator in Miami. I mean, he was on the coaching staff of the 72 undefeated Dolphins.
You know what?
But that did not translate well to the Giants' head coaching position.
I mean, Ray Handley wasn't horrible, but Ray Handley took over a really good team.
Ray Handley took over a team that should have, and that most likely would have at least gone back to the Super Bowl if Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick had stayed.
But I think he won the same amount of games in 2 years that Rich Kotite did in 6.
Ray Handley was 8-8 his first season and 6-10 his second season.
So it was bad based on the talent he was handed.
Yeah, horrible based on the talent.
He was not the George Seifert of the Giants.
Not at all. Not at all. Or the Barry Switzer of the Giants.
Is there a George Seifert of the Giants?
I couldn't think of Switzer, but I thought of Seifert.
And then Dan Reeves came in and was great his first year, and then just kept going down and down and down and down and down. Leaves the Giants, goes to Atlanta, goes to Super Bowl. But that's just
Dan Reeves is a good coach.
Dan Reeves is a good coach. Good coach.
Never won a Super Bowl.
No, nice guy too. Met him. Very nice guy.
All right.
All right. So and then part B of that question.
It's not too quick now.
This is just a quickie. We don't have to discuss any of this.
There's only an A and a B.
Who is the worst? Always only an A and B. Who is the worst head coach in the NFL of all time? Period. Just is it? It could still be the same one you said.
Tough question.
But of all time in the NFL that you can think of.
Oh, jeez.
God.
Worst of all time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could go with what you said. I mean, you might not be wrong by saying it. So,
which team was really bad for the really long duration of time? Like, you don't always get that in the NFL like you do in baseball and sometimes basketball, where there's just for years.
How many Detroit coaches can you name? Because they were terrible for a long, long time.
Matt Patricia was horrible in Detroit.
That's true.
Matt
Nagy was terrible in Chicago.
I mean, Rich Kotite's definitely up there in my head. That's who keeps coming up.
He did win 4 games.
Urban Meyer was not great.
Oh, yeah. He was a complete bust.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the worst ones, weren't around very long.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm trying to think of somebody who was bad but was given too many chances, I don't know, Romeo Crennel or Lovie Smith or
Lovie Smith got the Bears to
but still he was pretty bad overall.
Yeah,
Mangini was pretty bad. I mean, these are all going to be Jets guys. Mangini was pretty
Steve
terrible.
Spagnuolo was pretty bad. Adam Gase.
Steve Spagnuolo is bad. Here according to stats, the worst head coach of all time coached the Detroit Lions to an 0-16 record in 2008.
Oh, yeah.
That's Rod Marinelli.
Yeah, there you go. I'll tell you two or three other people. The Broncos recently with Hackett and McDaniel have had some bad coaches. I'm going to throw somebody out there who I loved as a player, who I thought was a really bad head coach, and that was Art Shell.
Okay. And you talk about that really great player, really bad head coach. You could talk about was Singletary.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
So, yeah. But all right, there you go. That's
also I'd throw in for the Jets. He's a defensive coordinator on, was it Tampa now? I can't remember his name.
Robert Saleh?
No. No, the guy before him.
For Adam Gase was before Robert Saleh.
No,
Adam
before.
Gase, yeah.
That was Todd Bowles.
Todd Bowles, that's the guy.
He's the head coach of the.
He's the head coach. Oh,
and he's doing really well.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah. So maybe it's not the coach.
Maybe it's not the coach there.
Now we're not going to say it's not the players. Maybe it's not the coach.
Yeah,
it's just the Jets.
It's just the Jets.
Yeah. It's hard to be the worst coach ever on the Jets because they've had. I mean,
they've had a lot.
Giants have had some bad seasons, but the Jets have had a lot of
Giants bad coaches. Like you said, please, you could name a bunch of them, but I mean, Pat Shurmur was not good. Joe Judge was horrible. But Ray Hanley definitely.
Who's what's his name?
For the most part,
Brian McAdooshbag. Ben McAdooshbag.
But for the most part, you had heard of when the Giants pick a coach, even if it's a little off the wall, you'd heard of them before.
Yeah,
many times the Jets pick a coach, and I'm like, who?
Yeah.
There you go.
Where did he come from?
But you're right. You go back to the 70s.
He was the assistant punter coach. Okay.
Yeah, he was the scout team special teams coach.
Joe Judge was
a great
Joe
example.
Judge
was picked in a moment of holy shit, we need to pick a head coach because they were keying on what's his face from Oregon that went to Carolina and sucked.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. They would have been better off picking Mike Judge.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, but yeah, there you go. All right, that's the just a quickie. There you go.
All right.
20 minutes of just
20 minutes just quickie.
Any more football?
No.
Don't have any football, but I got a segue. We got the Four Gotta Stay segment that'll take us into whatever else we need to do.
Four Gotta Stay. Go.
Well, what sport is it? Is it?
It's the same thing we've been doing.
Oh, okay.
So it's all sports. So
all right.
So let's.
Whoops. Give it to us.
That's not where I wanted to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your listening pleasure, a little bit of love.
Can't you stop it?
Available now for purchase on Spotify.
There we go.
All your favorite iTunes at Lug Nutz.
That's our segue into one of John's.
There you go. We're using that. Yeah, that's what we meant that.
So is this a 4 out of 6? Four gotta stay. Four gotta stay. All right. I am working on a theme for it.
We'll remember them.
Shoot. We'll remember them. So New York Sports Icons version 3.
Oh boy.
Icons version 3. Write these down.
I'm gonna write these down.
Unless it's Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, and Thurman.
We'll get there. All right. That might be in 4 or 5, but here we go. For today, it's version 3. Here we go.
All right, go.
Harry Carson.
All right. HC.
Harry Carson. Reggie Jackson.
Oh God.
Now remember, these are sports icons.
Right. Those guys are both icons. One's
a world icon.
No,
to me, they're just guys I like or don't like.
The list is sports icons.
Go.
New York sports icons. Harry Carson, Reggie Jackson, Mark Gastineau.
Oh God, fuck that.
I had to give Pete one. Darryl Strawberry.
The
Straw Man. Charles Oakley. And Dennis Potvin. So it was either the head of Brian Trottier. So I went with Dennis Potvin. So only because of
Dennis Potvin, arguably, if you start an all-time NHL team, he might be one of the defensemen.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anybody under the age of 54 doesn't know who the fuck he is, even in New York.
Yeah. Well, no. Everybody in the Prudential Center at least has heard his name, because isn't that a cheer?
Yeah.
Actually, it's in MSG too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Harry Carson, Reggie Jackson, Mark Estineau, Darryl Strawberry, Charles Oakley, Dennis Potvin. Harry, you start us off, please.
Well, I mean, Gastineau's got to go. Reggie Jackson is an icon, and if you're starting an all-time Yankees team, he's probably your DH. Mm-hmm. Look, if it was me, I would pick Carson, Jackson, Oakley, and Potvin, but Strawberry was a much bigger icon. And, if you really compare Oakley and Potvin, or Oakley and Harry Carson, I think Oakley's more of an icon than both of them. But Harry Carson's a Hall of Fame football player, and Dennis Potvin is. But it's not based on that. It's based on who's an icon. So I'm gonna get rid of Dennis Potvin, but it's hard.
All right. Well, that's the point of the list. You gotta cut, right? So you're going Carson, Jackson, Strawberry, Oakley.
That's right.
All right. Pete.
All right. Well, yeah, Gastineau is definitely gone.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
He was a weird dude, wasn't he? Still is. Did he just die? No.
No, he's has actually. I feel kind of bad for him. He's had a lot of health problems and stuff.
Oh, that's right. And he's mad at somebody. Who was he mad at or something? I can't remember. Anyway,
yeah.
I don't want to get us off track.
He's mad at Strahan.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Strawberry is obviously an icon.
Mm-hmm.
Reggie is obviously an icon.
Two of the nicest left-handed swings in the history of the game. Mm-hmm. Totally different, but great.
I'm gonna say I don't think we should rule people out just because a lot of people under 40 don't know who they are. Because there's a lot of people who are over 40 who do know who these people are.
Well, based on accomplishments, other than Reggie Jackson, Dennis Potvin might be number 2.
Yeah, and look, and his name I believe is spelled with an O and an I, is it not?
Potvin.
Yeah, and I've always heard it pronounced Potvin.
Potvin, yeah.
Which sounds like an A.
Potvin,
which is what Harry was saying. But I know that his name is spelled with an I, even though it sounds like it's
Dennis Potvin.
Potvin, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to put
it's pronounced like you would if it would be spelled Potva.
You're also
it's Potvin,
and you're
from with an
Island,
I. So. That's my point. It sounds like an A, but it's an I, and I know that, so he's an icon. So that leaves Oakley and Carson, and it's Harry Carson.
All right.
Sorry,
so
Oak.
The only one you guys, the two of you, don't agree on is Oakley.
I'll tell you what, if you ask true New York fans who they like the most out of that list, it's Charles Oakley.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the most beloved? Charles Oakley. It's not even close.
No, it's not even close. It's Strawberry.
It's not. It's not.
It's Strawberry.
No, you guys are too close to Queens. And by the way, he only won with the Yankees.
I'm pretty sure he was on the Yankees for a while too. So
he was, and that's why I'm saying. But Oakley is more beloved only because Oakley was not as talented as any of those, and he was a blue collar guy who dove on the floor a lot and beat people up. That's New York. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's true.
There you go. All right.
Some people don't like thug basketball.
It's probably the quickest 4 got to stay.
Oakley had a sweet jump shot, almost a set shot, 6-inch vertical.
Potvin had a pretty good jump shot too.
Potvin did have a good jump. I can't imagine Dennis Potvin in street clothes, though. That's the weird thing. I just picture him with the weird, bulky 70s hockey equipment on.
Yeah.
Bobby Nystrom helping him, off the ice.
All right.
God, that was a team. God. Anyway.
There you go. All right. Cool.
Little NBA?
Little NBA. Go for it.
Let's talk a little NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, any surprises, really?
The West is the best.
The West is kicking ass.
The surprise is
and
Detroit. Name 3 Detroit Pistons. There you go.
Nope. Nobody knows who they are.
They are playing really, really good basketball. Well, you got Cade Cunningham. Yeah. I mean, and you got Jaren Jackson. So, I mean, I'm not saying they're complete unknowns, but
yeah, no. Somebody said nobody knows who they are except for Cade Cunningham, and I was like, "Who the fuck is Cade Cunningham?" Exactly. I don't even know that name. So,
right.
But they got to the playoffs last year and lost to
but
Knicks.
They're on fire.
Yeah. So they have apparently improved since last year. Well, so far, but
the East has also gotten weaker. Let's be honest.
Well, look, Giannis is hurt now, right? Mm-hmm. He's out for a number of weeks.
The Knicks are having some squabbling. Josh Hart is not happy. I mean, Duran is averaging almost 12 rebounds a game for them, too. They're shooting well. And they got Tobias Harris, who's, I don't know, last time I looked, he's averaging 10, 11, 12 points a game.
Does it concern you as a Knicks fan that the Knicks and the Celtics have the same number of wins? Or
yes.
It's yeah. Because Boston, not that Boston should be a 2-win team, but they're missing a pretty good player.
Boston's swinging above their weight right now, and the Knicks are not.
Are the Knicks playing? What percentage of their potential are they playing to right now?
The Knicks haven't won an away game yet.
No, but they're not bad. I mean, they're
the Nets have won 2 away games. The Knicks haven't won an away game.
They're maybe a game or 2 away from what I thought they would be. And look, they could very easily potentially, still be a top 3 team in the East. I think the Raptors are better than I thought they were going to be, and Cleveland is right where I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
Miami, I don't know. They're out of 500 team. Chicago, again, who are they? Boston, the team that is surprising that they're not better to me. I thought Orlando would take that next step and be up there. But in the West, look, I think my Nuggets, they blew it the other day. They lost the game they should have won, but to the Bulls. Oklahoma City's better than they were last year, and they won the NBA championship. The Rockets are scary.
Crazy, right?
Lakers are playing really good ball, and maybe having LeBron out might have been a blessing. The Spurs are a really good team, and the Timberwolves, who have been there the last 2 years at the top, are hovering, in the 6 or 7 spot right now.
The Spurs lost Wembanyama now for at least a couple of weeks.
Yeah, so, which is going to be tough.
That's going to be tough. But I think they can hang around.
I thought of a Piston. Blake Griffin. Is he still on?
No.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas?
Yes.
And then you have, the Warriors. The Warriors are hanging around, and the Trailblazers,
the Warriors
who are
came out
kind
of
of
the gate
underperforming, maybe.
They still scare me, the Warriors. Portland's, they could be scary. They could be in the playoffs. The Clippers are a little disappointing. Dallas is where I thought they were going to be. But the West is, I would say, I'll put Detroit and Cleveland tentatively in the top 6 teams. The other 4, and if you were to pick the top 8, I think 6 of them would be out of the West.
Yeah. Although, I'll say this about the Warriors, sort of flying under the radar. Yeah, might be the best thing for them this year. You know what I mean? Hanging around, winning enough that you're in it, and not being a favorite. Let the Nuggets and the Rockets and OKC and LA get all the headlines and beat each other up, and we'll just sort of float along, and then come playoff time, boom.
I think depth and size is hurting the Warriors.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what, the Lakers being able to, Austin Reeves has obviously stepped it up. We know what Luka is.
But Reeves is hurt too now, right?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I think so.
Marcus Smart and DeAndre Ayton were 2 incredible pickups for that team.
Yeah. Well, we've been talking about Marcus Smart for years. He's
great.
Like the unsung
and he's always
catalyst for a lot of these
teams. He's always on a winner. And when you look at the Rockets, obviously the big story is Durant. The Rockets have maybe, this is a lot to say, but in Sengun, they might have the second best center in basketball right now. I know that's saying a lot, but the guy's averaging 23 points and 10 rebounds and 7, almost 8 assists. He's like a mini Joker. And they're deep, and they all score, and they all shoot well.
They do.
They got Jeff Green, as coming off the bench. They're going to be a real challenge, I think, right, to both the Nuggets and to OKC whoever they meet going in there. I still think the Nuggets are one player away. I still think the Nuggets are going to be dependent on just if Jamal Murray shows up or not. And I still hate that about them. Having said that, they are a much better team than they were last year. And Cam Johnson's not lighting it up, but their bench is much better. And they're playing, they're a deeper team and they're shooting better. I'm happy about that. I just don't know. I just don't know if I think the OKC might be one of those teams that's going to repeat and maybe do it in a more convincing manner.
Could be.
It's scary.
It could very well be.
It's scary. There's no drop off.
Let me just say this: if we want the Knicks to win an away game, we should do an over under. We should do an over under because I think the last show we talked about the Nets when they were going to get their first win, and they beat the Pacers that night. And we also talked about when the Jets would get their first win,
and they won.
And then we talked about when the Jets would get their second win, and they won. So let's take a look at the.
I think the Knicks win today.
Well, I've got no chance of losing this time.
All right. So, yeah, it's probably going to be today, right?
If it's not today, it's Monday.
Let's see. After today, they got Orlando on the 22nd and the Nets on the 24th. Is that Monday?
Yeah.
All right. So so we'll call it, I guess, 2.5.
22nd is Saturday.
Right. No, we're talking about the 24th.
Oh, the Nets is Monday
against Brooklyn.
Yeah, they'll win by Monday. So.
All right. So before Monday, so you're going under. John is going under.
I think let's make it easy. Let's make it 2.5. So.
Yeah, it's 2.5.
So do they win before Monday or do they win on Monday?
Yeah. But they're winning by Monday. We know this.
Well, okay. Yeah, I agree. I think they're winning. Right. But are they beating the Nets or are they beating Dallas? Or are they beating the Magic?
Right. Well, Brooklyn would be 2 games from tonight. Right? So we'll call it
games. Because you're including 3 games.
Including tonight, it's 3 games. It's the 3rd game, so including
but we're already. Where are we in tonight's game?
They haven't started yet.
Oh, they haven't started. Oh, okay, that's right. They're in Dallas. Okay, so let's call it 3.5.
Well, then that still gives you either Dallas, Orlando, or the Nets.
2.5.
Yeah, no, that's what.
So 2.5.
Oh, they're definitely going to win. If it's 3.5, it's definitely under.
Yeah, of course it's under.
All right, I'll tell you what.
Make it interesting though, and make it 2.5.
Tell you what, they have. Oh, so before the Brooklyn game.
Are they going to win? Are they going to beat either Dallas or Orlando, or are they just waiting until Monday?
But my point is, Dallas or Orlando marginally are better than Brooklyn, at least record-wise. So, but then again, they have 4 away games, including tonight. So maybe we should just go till
the Knicks win tonight.
All right, so I'm gonna say Brooklyn is the game.
So you're setting it at 2.5 or 3.5?
So I'm setting it for 3.5.
How about this? Let's make it interesting. If in the next 3 games, pick one of those teams that the first one you think the Knicks are going to win. I think it's Dallas. I think they win tonight.
Okay, that's good. I'll take. I know. I was gonna say I'll take Brooklyn, but I want Brooklyn to beat them. So I think.
Or you could say they're not going to win in any of those 3 games.
Yeah.
The super over. You get extra points if you get the super over.
They got Dallas, Orlando, Brooklyn, Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's still
and then
in the league,
then they're home against Milwaukee.
Charlotte's still in the league.
Name a Charlotte Hornet. Jesus Christ.
Larry Johnson.
Muggsy
Johnson. Yeah, I think
Alonzo Mourning.
Well, I'm gonna say I think they're gonna win before the Brooklyn game. So they'll beat Dallas or Orlando. I'll take Orlando just because you took Dallas.
All right. So Pete's got the under, but Orlando.
So Harry has Dallas. 1.5. Pete has Orlando. John?
You know what? I want to say that they're actually going to not win until they get to Brooklyn, but they're going to win tonight in Dallas.
All right. John's taking Dallas.
Tonight's the get right game, and then they'll win 2. They'll lose to Orlando and beat Brooklyn, and then lose to Carolina. So they'll be 2-2 in the next 4 games.
while we're on that, real quick, did you guys hear the comments from Josh Hart it was either last night or the day before, where he's complaining that he's not starting, and then he says, "I'll do whatever it takes for the team to win."
Right.
After complaining for 5 minutes about not starting.
Not starting. Well, I got another question. I've heard it. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I got another question for you. Who was the head coach, Mike Brown or Rick Brunson?
Who is the head coach?
Mm-hmm. I know who has the moniker.
It's Mike Brown. Brunson shouldn't be there.
So
that doesn't.
There's a lot of talk that he's pulling a lot of the strings with Mike Brown.
Well, he could be.
You think maybe that's why he was brought there?
He was there already. He was there.
He was there
under the last.
He was
there.
Okay.
Do you think that's? Let me rephrase. Do you think that's why he's the head coach now? With that in mind,
why Mike Brown is because Rick Brunson can pull the strings? Maybe.
I don't think of Mike Brown as somebody who's an easy pushover.
And I mean, is Brunson that kind of power hungry guy?
The reason why Brown got fired from his previous jobs after success is because he was kind of bullheaded, in a good way. I mean, that's why I was kind of happy about it. I think it's the player. I think it's hard to coach NBA players these days unless you just have a bunch of old school type mentalities or willing. It's hard.
It's hard.
And
it's
the Knicks. Hard. Look at the Knicks. I mean, you got Karl Anthony Towns, and it ain't easy.
It's not easy. It's not. So
that's not an easy team personality wise.
Is Towns? You think Towns is the biggest trade bait on the Knicks?
I know it's
still early, but
I never thought Karl Anthony Towns lived up to the hype until he came to the Knicks, and now I think he's been a great player who's welcomed his role really well, and I think he's played exceptional.
He's played pretty good. He has played pretty good.
I mean, I don't know what else you could ask for. I felt the same way about Julius Randle, though, who maybe there were some personality problems with Randle, too. But Randle was a guy who game in and game. Denver took a night off very, very rarely. You could say the same thing about Towns. Towns is a little more injury prone. Maybe he's, not maybe the most physical guy at times, but he's played.
Yeah, that's kind of the knock, or one of the knocks.
He's played really well,
but yeah,
he's played really well.
You're right.
I don't think you were happy when they made the deal for him, though.
No, I wasn't. But he's not as soft as Brunson. Brunson's a horrible defender. He's a horrible defender.
True. Well, look, as well as I do that it is not about defense. Since when? How long has it been since the NBA was about defense?
Well, yeah, that's true of every sport now.
But so in Jalen Brunson's mind, he doesn't have to worry about being a defender. He just needs to worry about putting points on the board. That's it. That's his job because he's an NBA player, and that's all they do.
By the way, real quick, let me throw up here. At John DeGrom says, "Can we get a Harry Lug Nutz hard count? It's 4th and 3."
Hey, Blue 19, Montana, go!
That's my favorite one. Oh yeah. Boy, the chat is booming tonight.
It's booming tonight.
Who are these people, and why don't they have lives?
Tom DeGrom's a real person.
John DeGrom is a real person. Yeah.
Well, I think Empowered Extend is a real person, although it sounds like a penis growth product.
Empowered Extend. Well, maybe that's his job.
Maybe. But listen, we're glad to have you.
Absolutely.
Is baseball a real thing? And that's a good question.
That is a good thing.
Yeah. And Vanessa's was around before too, so thank you for coming.
Vanessa, Kitty, Vanessa.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. We love you, Vanessa. You know that.
Harry Lug Nutz is QB1. All right. Well,
absolutely.
Yeah,
I got an NBA just a quickie for you.
All right.
NBA just a quickie.
All right. We did rebounds last time?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the New York City area all-time leading scorer? This should be easy. Who is the New York City area NBA all-time leading scorer?
Patrick Ewing.
Pete.
Just to be different. Shit, I can't think of his name.
Curly Neal.
No.
Meadowlark Lemon.
No, he was a Nick. Who am I thinking of?
Bernard King.
Bernard King. Yeah, I'll say Bernard King just to be different.
It is. You were close, but not really. No, it is Patrick Ewing.
Yeah,
it is Patrick.
Is there like a record that Patrick Ewing doesn't hold for the New York area?
No, because the rebound record was Patrick Ewing too. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes, Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing has 23,655 points scored. But here's a twist. All right. When I say who is the New York City area all-time leading scorer, clearly it's Patrick Ewing. However, if you want to say born in area, like originally from New York City, who is the all-time leading scorer?
From New York City? Is it Dr. J?
No.
Earl the Pearl?
No.
Drazen Petrovic?
Oh, no. It's easy. He's number 2 all time in the NBA in scoring. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, yes, was born in New York City.
How did I just get
balloons? Did you get balloons? I want to know that too, actually. Did you that happened last time too? I think you went like that. I think you commanded
balloons. Balloons. Salma Hayek.
What the hell?
I don't know what that was. That was great.
I wish I could take credit for that. I can't.
No, that's going to have to be in a reel. You got to do that.
Almost good timing.
That's good. Yeah. No, it's definitely Lou Alcindor. Yes, it is. He scored over 38,000 points in the NBA. So
I'll tell you what. I know there is
more than Rick Brunson.
There is one record that Patrick Ewing does not hold for New York area basketball players.
What's that?
Championships.
No.
Fair enough.
Well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would hold that too.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He's tied with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
He's tied with Kareem
Abdul-Jabbar. And a whole list of other guys.
There you go.
Kareem, obviously.
There you go. Cool. All right. There's the other NBA, just a quickie.
Unless Bill Russell was born in New York. Was Bill Russell born in New York?
He may have been, but he definitely doesn't have
not the points, but championships.
It could be championships, yeah. Bill Russell. Let's find out. Where was Bill Russell born?
Balloons.
Work on that while I do
It's got to be a chat thing. Did somebody?
I don't know.
Send you balloons?
I hope so.
Somebody sent you balloons.
Somebody explain the balloons.
I'm gonna go into I'm gonna go into the OBS Facebook page and go, hey, how come we got balloons?
Bill Russell was born in Monroe, Louisiana.
There you go.
Yeah,
I knew that. All right.
All right.
What's next? Are we almost are we wrapping this up?
We're wrapping up. We got hot takes, but I got one thing before we do. We'll do hot takes after hockey, but I got one sports trivia question of the week. It's just an interesting sports fact. There's no trivia here or anything else. I just wanted to bring this up. I heard it.
So let's how you have different names for things that they're almost all the same.
Interesting sports fact. Of the week. It's called interesting sports fact of the week. All right. I heard it today, and I have to say it. It has to be said today. Has to be. It's timely. It has to be.
All right, go.
Anything we want to say about hockey?
Interesting. Let him have his interesting sports fact.
Islanders are in the wild card race right now.
Did he not hear you?
Can you hear me?
Interesting sports fact. Go, John.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can hear me.
Oh, you want to do this before hockey, or it's hockey related?
No, it's not hockey related. It's actually football related. That's why I want to get.
So this is not question of the day. This is not question of the day. This is not hot takes.
It's not hot takes. It's just interesting sports fact of the week. I just want to.
I gotta make a theme for interesting sports week.
Could have been done already.
John's got more stuff than I do.
Talk over him and do it.
There you go.
I want to go.
There you go. All right. The New York Giants could be out of playoff contention this weekend. Okay. Not that that's a shocker to hear.
Yes.
Okay. But the New York Giants could be out of playoff contention this weekend if either any of these, Dallas wins, if Minnesota wins, or if Seattle wins. One of those three teams wins, the Giants are out of playoff contention.
So the Giants are out.
Yeah. It is the earliest that it'll be the first team. They'll be the first team this year to be eliminated from playoff contention. If that happens, it will be the earliest that the Giants were knocked out of playoff contention since 1976. And we all know how good they were in the 70s.
That was a bicentennial year.
Yeah. However, it marks the earliest any NFL team was knocked out of the playoff contention since the 2020 Jets under Adam Gase.
Well, how about that? But there's other teams that are officially out now too, right?
No, this will be the Giants. If either Dallas or Minnesota or Seattle wins this week, the Giants will be the first team mathematically eliminated from playoff contention.
Like this, like the Saints and the Cardinals are still mathematically in it.
Yeah,
I guess the Raiders
because of their division.
The 1-9 Tennessee Titans
because of their division.
Still, they're five games back.
Interesting fact. There's no facts are facts. Jeff.
Facts are facts. All right.
All right. Hockey. Hockey. On the foil. I got a hockey song too. If you ever need it.
Yeah. Listen, the Islanders are number one wildcard team in the Eastern Conference.
They went 5-1 on their road trip. Guess who they lost to?
The Devils.
Colorado Avalanche.
I thought you were going to say they lost to the Colorado Rockies.
Well, the Colorado.
Well, the
Rockies
Avalanche.
New Jersey.
Avalanche are in first place. So there we go.
There you go.
The Avalanche have the best record in hockey, and I'll tell you what, they're really good.
The Avalanche are good this year. They definitely are.
Well, listen, I got our
Nathan McKinnon is pretty good.
I got our picks that we made a couple weeks ago.
All right, we'll go over
like 6 games into the season. No, end of the season, we'll go over them and see if we were right. But
I mean, look, hockey's just kicking along. It's icy, it's cold, it's a lot of white people. There, it's hockey.
Icy, it's cold, it's a lot of white people. Right.
Yeah,
and we got the Mammoth this year too.
Yeah,
and they're
a little diversity.
They're hanging around. The Mammoth.
To break up the NHL crowd, we added a team in Utah.
Exactly.
Yikes. All right. So
what I was going to say, I'm going to say.
Hope you enjoyed the hockey segment, folks. We'll end on that note.
Yeah, more on
it's
hockey.
Icy, it's cold, it's white.
It's cold, it's white. There you go.
And there's a team called the Mammoth. And it's not plural.
The Mammoth.
It's the Utah Mammoth, not Mammoth.
No, it's the Avalanche, the Mammoth.
I got to make
the Kraken.
It's icy, it's cold, it's white. Hockey.
They've got a team that's a mammoth.
Next.
Lightning.
Well, can we go on to the next?
Don't
let Rain Man go into every team, please.
All right, hot takes or question of the day?
No more question of the day.
No more
hot takes. That's it.
Hot takes because I like the song.
Hot takes.
Hot takes. Hot takes. Hot takes.
It's so stupid. It's great.
Could you play that again, please?
Sure.
Hot takes. Hot takes. Hot takes.
All right. Hot takes,
that's
John.
better.
Take us
I'm
away.
better.
That is our intern, Crystal.
That's Crystal. There you go.
Thanks.
All right. It's Thanksgiving hot takes. Since our next show is in December after Thanksgiving, it is Thanksgiving hot takes. So here we go.
All right.
All right. So answer at will. I'm not asking either one of you. You both answer, but answer at will,
Like, put your right hand on the Bible and
no, just shout it out is my point.
Right.
Thanksgiving, Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade or March of the Wooden Soldiers / Babes in Toyland movie?
Neither.
Of the two.
I'd like to have a root canal. No, I'm not going to answer that. They're both horrible.
Fine, but of the two.
I have to go to it or watch it?
No, just watch it. On the TV, you can be doing other things.
The movie, because it's less obnoxious. It's not worth watching, but it's less obnoxious than listening to whoever the hosts are and the musical acts. It's the parade is intolerable.
Yeah,
whenever Savannah Guthrie is killing a turkey with her bare hands, I'm not watching the parade.
Yeah, as far as background noise while I'm making the stuffing or whatever, I'll go with March of the Wooden Soldiers. And I'll tell you what, I've never watched that movie. I've seen bits and pieces, never watched the whole thing through. I know people love it.
I haven't seen it in forever. I have. Laurel and my kids were little.
Next time
I watched it.
Laurel and Hardy were funny for about 4 minutes.
Yeah,
there's your hot take.
Stan Laurel, the Wooden Soldiers,
and then the thing with the stick. What?
It's horrible. They're both horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible.
Anyway, all right, moving on.
And we're old.
Yeah, exactly.
We should like them because of nostalgia, but we don't.
No.
But we don't.
Only people that like that are dead.
The only line
our grandparents struggled with that shit.
The only Laurel and Hardy line I ever really, really, really liked, and it's because it's stupid, right? It was Laurel got into an accident, and Hardy comes up and says, "Have an accident?" And Stan Laurel goes, "No, thanks, just had one." So, there you go. All right. Anyway, I'm moving on.
I'll use that on the next time I have an accident with the cop. I got to laugh out of the cop.
All right, football on while eating or off?
On.
Okay. Difference of opinion. There you go.
Well, we got 3 games, so you can't get away from it.
Right. Yeah, football's always on.
I mean, I'll say this: if it's a game I don't care about, you can turn it off. That's fine.
I just have it on. I might mute it.
Just put it on.
It's too loud to lower the volume or whatever. But the TV's always on with football.
No, you can turn the sound off, but put the game on.
There you go. All right. A walk after a meal or right back to football?
What do you think?
Right back to football.
It's cold and dark.
It's cold and dark.
I am not a post-meal constitutional kind of guy.
All right, fair enough. Well, it depends on what you're calling a constitutional. So
for some reason, I pictured you walking with those transistor headphones with the antenna sticking out,
and like a couple of ski poles so that I don't fall down.
No snow on the ground. Just the ski poles.
No, just ski poles. Yeah,
picking up trash.
All right, 1 meal or 2 meals?
Oh God, 1.
Look,
I think
all 3 of us to some extent are Italian. That's why I'm asking the question.
Wait, so do we eat 1 meal or 2 meals? Is that what your question is?
1 meal or 2 meals on Thanksgiving? Yeah.
How many courses or how many meals?
Are you counting like breakfast as a meal and then?
No. Like I'll give you for instance. Well, just the 1.
Yeah, it's 1.
Okay, because I make lasagna. And we have that first, and then several hours later we have the turkey.
Okay. Well, I'm in a house full of Asians and Germans, so we don't follow the Italian tradition.
So things will be on time.
I will say this though: what we
used to do, and you will wash your plate.
My wife and I, we would go over to her sister's house, and we would have Thanksgiving, and then we would just hang out. Everybody would leave, and we'd hang out, and then as soon as it was midnight, we would have turkey sandwiches.
There you go.
So that was we just had to wait till midnight. But no, just 1. That we have like 2 6-foot, those folding tables.
Right.
Like 2 of those, absolutely covered with food. There's 25 or 30 people there. Mm-hmm. There's 2 or 3 versions of everything. There's 2 mashed potatoes. There's 2 stuffings. There's at least. So you want to taste a little bit of everything, and there's no room for a second meal.
I got you.
Right.
What we do is I mean, I know some people that like will make lasagna. Lasagna is a thing.
Yeah.
Italian wise, right?
That's all
I know
I
some
make
people
is
they'll put it
I
out
don't
with the
make
other
turkey.
food, but
Right.
we actually do it. We sit down and have an Italian meal, and then like during the second end of the first, beginning of the second quarter of the first game, and then beginning of the first.
So you're just kind of stretching the stomach out a little bit.
Stretch the stomach out a little bit. That's all.
Sure.
All right. My next one was going to be turkey or lasagna. So of those two, not that you were eating it, obviously, but of the two, what do you like better?
Lasagna. It's not even
Turkey's a little overrated. Turkey's a little overrated. Yeah, Harry, what do you put? Do you make my sister, when she was vegetarian, she used to take the noodles and she'd put like tofu and stuff inside them and roll them up into like a little kind of haystack thing and then bake them that way. And so
I've cooked, they have like some of these vegan or vegetarian roasts, loaves, things. I've done that. I've done all the other side dishes. Nowadays, I just cook lasagna. I might make a green bean casserole as well.
Fair enough.
But I'm not trying to replicate turkey. And if I go someplace and they don't have, that's all they have, I don't care. It's fine.
Right. No, what I'm saying is, what do you put in your lasagna?
Oh, what do I put in my lasagna? Typically veggie. Sometimes I'll put some vegan sausage in there though.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Next one. Based on the vegan conversation we just had, I'll expound upon
prime rib or lamb.
You don't eat meat? That's okay. I'll make you lamb.
I'll expound upon what I was going to say. I won't pigeonhole it as I was going to do, but
we'll just do it. Yeah.
Well, I'll expand upon it. So, many appetizers put out before any meals, or just right to the eating?
Right to the eating. Everything together.
Always appetizers at the Eng Arendt conglomeration.
Oh, you're not side dishes. You're talking like shrimp cocktail,
chips and dips, crudité, stuff like that.
Yeah. My was like Italian meat platter and cheese platter and stuff like that. That was I was going to say.
Sure.
Yeah, there's always something.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So just during the meal, salad on Thanksgiving or no salad on Thanksgiving?
I like a salad. I miss it. Most people don't do it though.
No. Salad is actually, believe it or not, one of my favorite foods. But I don't think we really... I don't remember it. But again, 2 6-foot tables absolutely covered with food. It could have got lost in the mix.
I think what it is you have like all the other side dishes. So like people just don't think to make a salad.
Right.
Yeah.
They might make a cranberry salad, or they might make a mac and cheese, or
I think my sister-in-law makes like a corn.
Yeah. Well,
corn salad type of thing or something, but
macaroni salad. I mean, it's a salad.
Yeah. Yes. But if it's there, I don't get to it. That's my point. No, there's so many other things. Even just a small portion of all the other stuff is a plate and a half.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah. So it was either iceberg or romaine salad. A little bit is nice just to have on a.
That's. Well, how about? Well, let me ask you that: iceberg or romaine?
Romaine.
Iceberg's.
Iceberg. Depending on the situation, I will have.
Iceberg is a wet weed.
Iceberg, first of all, has a lot of water in it.
It has no nutritional value.
Now, how much nutrition does romaine?
A lot
more, but you're not eating it for the nutrition. You're eating it for the roughage.
You are. It's really good.
No, you eat salad so it keeps you regular, not so you get your vitamin K out of it or whatever.
Too much information.
Yeah. Anyway, I prefer romaine.
I know. I'm the only person in the world who prefers iceberg.
Honestly, to be honest with you, I like a good arugula salad every now and then.
There you go. And arugula is cruciferous and very, very good for you.
What's arugula? It's a vegetable.
It's cruciferous and delicious.
That's the one with the funny leaves, right?
The funny leaves, yeah.
Yeah. I like a mix. If you mix romaine and a little iceberg in there, I'm good with that.
You can throw some of the spring mix in with it, and some mescaline and radicchio and
some of that Boston one, the Boston
Bid.
Yeah.
They could do.
Make like a 7 lettuce salad.
7 lettuce salad. Hey.
That would be very Italian Thanksgiving, right? You got the 7 fishes and all that.
And Christmas, you did
7 lettuce, 7 lettuce salad for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there's radicchio, there's arugula, there's Tuscan kale, there's
You got romaine, you got iceberg,
don't forget baby spinach.
Not for the Italians. Maybe spinach.
Baby spinach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby spinach is good. I liked it. Actually, when I was a kid, my mom served me and my sister. We were grade school. Served us. We had salad with every meal, and one night she just served spinach. We didn't know what it was. Yeah. It was raw, and we had salad dressing on it. And we both liked it. She goes, "Well, how did you think?" "Oh, we loved it. It was good." I mean, that's spinach, and so that was the introduction to spinach salad.
There you go. All right. Another couple and we're done. Chestnuts or mixed nuts?
Mixed nuts.
Mixed.
Or both.
Well, chestnuts are included in mixed nuts, so why not?
Well, chestnuts are roasted, mixed nuts are just in a bowl on the table.
On an open fire, mixed nuts resting on your nose.
Did you guys have the nut cracking set?
Yes.
Yep. You had the bowl with the thing in the middle, and you had the crackers, and then the little picks that you could stab right through your hand if you weren't careful. Yeah,
and I did.
I missed those because that was something we'd.
I have my set downstairs. We'll use it next week.
Yeah, we'd like sit around the table and we'd crack some nuts, and when there was nothing else to do, like the turkey was still cooking, we didn't have to do anything else.
Have a couple
sit around and crack nuts and
some walnuts, and
I always used to pretend I was a dentist because of the little pick, the
pick on the
hook. They're like, "Oh, looks like this molar's got to come out, Mr. Walnut."
Gotta love it.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we have no people making comments anymore because we've gone on to walnut phase.
Well,
2 other quickies.
Beer. Please, after that hockey report, I think people are sick of sports.
Beer or wine?
On Thanksgiving?
On Thanksgiving.
Wine.
Or bourbon?
No bourbon.
No bourbon? Wine. Okay, fair enough.
Beaujolais
Nouveau?
No.
No?
I don't know what that means. What language are you speaking?
It's a wine that comes out before Thanksgiving and is...
Not one of my favorites.
Beaujolais Nouveau. Beaujolais.
Riuniti on ice.
That's nice.
I don't know. What's the one that comes in a box?
Fresh,
a lot now. Almost
Franzia or...
No, there's so many now.
I throw it in the freezer for about 30, 40 minutes. Then I stick a big straw in it like a juice box. And I'm like, get out of here. This is mine.
That and a head of iceberg lettuce, and
I'm good to go.
And I'll watch the Lions game even when they were bad.
Hold the head.
I just out of it. When's the turkey? Come on, the Cowboys are on.
All right. Last one. Thanksgiving or Christmas?
For the meal?
No, just in general.
The holiday.
Holiday itself.
Ugh.
They both, they're both celebrating, things that,
things that white people do.
The happiest. I like Christmas a little better.
I'm gonna go Thanksgiving.
Why?
Because Christmas is a little bit more hectic, and I'm sort of out of the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Because my 2 sister-in-laws are married to 2 brothers, and there's 6 kids in that family. Mm-hmm. So you have the Arendt family and the Eng family, and they're, melded together. And everybody there, except for me and my biological sister, are, we're the only ones that are not in that
each of your
family.
Each of your sister-in-laws have 2 husbands.
No, they're each married to a brother. Yeah. Well, not husbands, but they have second men, I assume.
Hey.
So it's expensive.
You know what I mean? Hey.
So it's a little weird, and I'm kind of out of the loop, and I usually get like a pair of socks and a big thing of coffee from my mother-in-law, but not at our house is the real Christmas with the presents and the wife and the boys.
Oh, it's always that way.
But Thanksgiving, you just go, you watch football, you eat, and then you get to leave.
Well, here's what I say. I always said that Thanksgiving is Christmas without the presents and the craziness.
Yeah, I'll take Thanksgiving.
So I like Thanksgiving too. And a long time ago, I said to myself, I like Thanksgiving better because of that reason, and also because Christmas is still coming.
Yeah, plus Christmas, you always have to have like a big breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the big breakfast. And it's like by the time we get it, and the boys sleep until noon. They don't care.
Right.
They're in their 20s now. They don't give a shit about getting up early. You know, I think they figured out there's no Santa.
I think you and John should get up early and do a special broadcast
on Christmas
pajamas.
I think we should go walking with some ski poles and a couple of
stockings,
couple of pints of bourbon,
and some romaine lettuce.
And
we'll go out. We'll go to a local diner and we'll eat a salad.
Romaine lettuce on the end of the ski pole.
On the end of
try to shove it in John's mouth.
And I'll walk and then go.
Nothing.
Yeah. Nothing.
We'll call it like a very fucked up Christmas. Or Thanksgiving or whatever.
Thanksgiving,
or they'll call the authorities.
Or they'll call the authorities.
One or the other.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. That's hot takes for.
All right. What a avant-garde hot takes. God.
Why did you keep playing?
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. See you later.
This is what happens when I try and do something new with the software.
That's the third time that happened.
At least it's a good song. I gotta rearrange something. I don't know. Whatever.
Can we wrap it up?
Anyway, I think that's all we have, right?
I think we're good. All
right. So thanks to everybody. Thanks to John DeGrom and Empowered Extend and Vanessa Kitty. And Restream.io. I don't know who that is, but thanks for chiming in. We appreciate it.
And enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And we'll be back in December, whatever. Early in December, right?
December
3rd. There we go.
Let's go Browns.
There you go.
Yeah, let's go anyone but the coin.
There you go.
There's not going to be a lot of movement.
At this point, I'm rooting for the coin.
There's not going to be a lot of movement.
The only movement's going to be on Harry's part.
I don't know if you guys have caught some of the posts, but our announcer, Harry Hansen, ends every one with, there's Harry Hansen saying, go coin. Yeah. So he's all in. I think he's got a bet down. I believe you're right.
By the way,
anyway,
the rumors are true. Harry Hansen's my dad.
Well, there you go.
That's true.
Well, he's rooting against you.
Well, yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. That's it. 2 hours.
We'll see
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.
Thank you all for watching. For those of you listening to the audio podcast, a passel of thanks for listening. You're all really swell. Like and follow us on all our social media. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search for the Get On With It podcast. All of our shows are available on YouTube at the Lager Room channel. Just click the live tab to reach the show archive. The video podcast is live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook every other Wednesday, starting sometime between 7 and 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can find the audio podcasts on our host, Spreaker, as well as your favorite audio platform. If you haven't already, quit your dilly-dallying and subscribe so you will never miss a show. Thanks again for joining us. Have a great rest of your week and watch lots of sports. For the boys, this is Harry Hansen saying see you in a fortnight.